everybody. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can apply for your teacher education program application. If you're a person who's thinking about teaching, or you're passionate about teaching, or you wanted to be a teacher, this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can apply for your teacher education program application in Ontario. I'm going to talk about program details, about application fee, and various things that you should keep in mind before you apply for your application. So without any further ado, let's get it started. Okay, so if you wanted to apply for teacher education program in Ontario, you have to go onto this website, Ontario University's Application Center. You have to create your login ID and password. I created mine already, so when I click on this will automatically take me to my portal. So when you come to this portal, there will be a lot of information which would be helpful for you when you apply for your application. First and foremost, I would say that you should go to the application guideline, because there's a lot of information like application responsibilities and requirements, key dates. This is very important because you wanted to apply for your application at least 1 year before, because now it's August. For example, now this is the month of August, and usually universities are done accepting all the application before, I would say, June. So now majority of the intakes are in September, so they're already done accepting all the applications. So if you're applying right now, there's no chance for you to get into any program this year. But if you wanted to get into a program, for example, next year, then I would say just start your application now for the next year, because at least it takes like 1 year. And if you are an international student, then there's a lot of actually transcripts and other documents that they're going to ask you, which is going to take more time. So as soon as you can apply for the application, go for it. So there are more information, university requirements. So different universities have different requirements, and based on what university that you choose, the requirements are going to change. It's pretty much same, but there's just little bit change in terms of what they are expecting. So for example, if I click to Brock University, so you can see their program goes. These are the courses that they provide. And then there's information about consecutive teacher education program or technological teacher education program. So you can click on that and you can see if you're interested in doing this. For example, it says that it's a consecutive teacher education program is offered as a 16-month full-time program over 2 years as both of our campuses. Usually, majority of universities go through 2 year program, in which they have a summer break as well. But I think Brock and Queen's universities provide 16-month altogether full-time program, which means that you don't really get summer break, which is kind of good for you, because if you are going for a full-time program, then you won't get a break, and then you are done in just like 16 months. You don't have to like wait for another 4 months for the summer break and then continue for another year. You actually save like 4 months, which is actually good for you. So you have to be very smart if you wanted to apply for other universities that are offering 16-month program. Okay, so this is about Brock universities, and similarly for other universities, if you are interested in, they have different guidelines for those universities. So if I click back, you can scroll down and you can see other universities as well. And there's some contact information too. So if you wanted to contact the universities, if you have any questions. So what I usually did when I applied for my program was I emailed Student Central and asked them questions, like whatever questions I had related to the program, because I actually, when I did my application, I was quite late in applying. This is why I'm saying that you have to pay attention to the dates, because now I'm going to the university which is quite from where I am living now. So which means that I have to do the assignments, I have the workload, and then I also have to like travel far away from where I'm living right now, which actually is not, I would suggest, because when you are into a college or university, you need more time. You want to save as much time as you can because you want to like work, you want to balance everything. So it becomes hard, to be honest. So if you wanted to apply, just apply as soon as possible. And yeah, so I applied to the university, and then I asked them questions I had about the programs, and so because I wanted to get into a different program which I didn't get. So they offered me a different program and I was not really happy with that. But after some time there was a student who just backed off and then I got into it. But anyways, this is a story, but I'm just saying that in a nutshell, that just be wise and be mindful about your choices. If I go back onto how you should apply, so I just talked about application guide, and now I'm going to talk about how you should apply for it. So usually there's a continue button here, but because I did my application already, you don't see it here anyways. But you can browse programs like for based on the university program grouping or by teaching subjects. For example, if I wanted to be a teacher, but I don't want to teach like different classes, like I wanted to particularly teach kindergarten, well, I would still say that you have to do your B.Ed. But then, if you wanted to teach one, you wanted to really go into one particular subject, for example, if you wanted to teach dance or health or physical education, like for example, if I teach dance, I know these two universities provide that option. And then now, right now, you can see that it's showing closed because all the applications for this coming September is already done. But then they have the option where you can actually choose the subject you are interested in teaching, and which is good because it will give you an idea. Okay, I am interested in teaching mathematics, I am interested in teaching social science, and where I can go from. So there's pretty much all the information that you want in this portal, and you can just scroll and you can just apply for it. So basically, when you see here application links, there's few options like browse programs, program choices, additional university details, personal informations. So they're going to ask you all these things. Once you choose your program and you apply for it, right now, like for this university, it's showing that it's closed. But if it was open and if you click open, then it will take you to another page and then it will ask you to submit the application. Another thing that you should really pay attention to is the supplementary processing fees. So all the universities don't have the same fees. Different universities have different fees. For example, York have $100, maybe another university might have just $65 or 75. So it's different based on different universities. So along with the supplementary fee, you have to pay additional application fee, which is another, I guess, it's also different, but it would be around 150 or $170. So in total, it would be over $200 doing an application with one university. So you can apply to different universities based on your choices and preferences, but just keep this in your mind that doesn't matter how many universities you're applying, you always have to pay different fees. So if you're applying for this university, you're paying $100 plus another 150, which is $250 for this university. Plus, if you want to make sure if there's no seats available in this York University, maybe you should apply for Lakehead University. And if you apply for Lakehead University, there might be another $200 of fee that you have to pay. So the more applications you apply into, the more fees you have to pay. And then you just click review and submit. And once you click review and submit, your application has been submitted. And then the university will update you and will contact you in terms of if you got the admission into it. So applying for the universities doesn't really mean that you got the admission. It means that you did your application and now they're going to go through all the requirements, all the documentation, all the transcript, because different universities are expecting you to have different percentage. They're going to take, for example, if you have 70% in your undergrad and then then there's another applicant who got like 85%, they're going to take 85% applicant in if they had a choice of choosing one out of you both the applicants. So just keep that in your mind and be wise with your choices. So this is basically how you apply for your teacher education program application.
So I hope this video was useful for you. So if you have more questions, doubts, or comments, please let me know in the comment box below. I would be happy to answer all the questions that you may have. And in the last, I would like to say thank you for watching.